Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We're talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode number 6. This one's called Shady Waters. And we are on day 2 at Lake Norman. And we start out where we left off with Stacey telling Karen about Mia, and the ladies are saying that Karen needs to go to rehab. Now, Stacey was on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
And Andy said one of the questions the viewers had was they didn't see the lady say that Karen said that she needed to go to rehab, but that's what she brought back to them. And she said, no, that's absolutely what they said.
Yes.
They said that, which I thought, I'm glad he asked that question.
Yeah, because we didn't know.
Right. Right.
Why would the producers leave that out?
Because they like to be messy.
Yeah.
They like to be messy. I think Karen handled that actually very well. If I needed to go to rehab, I would tell you. I'm an advocate of if you need help, let's get you some help. But then Karen said, Mia has been in rehab herself. She started the joint practice because she had an opioid addiction.
Yeah. That. I mean, if that's not true, but it's got to be true, because why would Karen say it if it weren't true?
Right.
I mean, she knows G a long time, so she would know. Did Mia start the joint? I thought the joint was Gordon's family, and then she just hopped on board.
It doesn't. I don't know. It's hard to tell because she did say that she opened that one and she opened a bunch of them. So, maybe, I don't know.
I know it's all very confusing.
Yeah.
Because it was a family business. I mean, they kicked him out of the family business. So if she started it, how could they kick him out of it?
Well, they can based on the corporation, whatever the corporation was.
But if she started it, wouldn't she have been on the corporation? She doesn't have mental health issues. So why would she?
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it depends on what the structure was. Maybe it was her idea and she did the legwork, but it was their money. Like, who knows, like, how it, you know what I'm saying?
If she started it, she should have gotten her name on something.
But she also said, we are selling. Like, we sold this one and we are selling 22 others.
22 more. Yeah.
Right. So she's got to still be involved in it because she said that she's supporting G. And she can't just be supporting him on housewife money, can she? Not living the way she is.
I don't think Potomac money.
I mean, you saw that apartment. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, that's a little shady, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get back to that at some point. So then Stacey's talking about her relationship. And, oh, no. Before that, Karen says that, she was a client. Opioid. She used to support the joint practice. She had a membership.
Yeah.
Which, so she was going there. So she would kind of have the inside on that. And then Karen said her court date is in 2 weeks, which I find interesting because Stacey on Watch What Happens Live said we still need to see what happens. And this filmed how long ago?
Yeah. And, it used to be where you could not get adjournments for like DUIs or anything like that. But now you can, if you get an attorney, like it's a little bit easier. But it used to be where you couldn't, you better show up. You better be at court. There's no adjournments.
Yeah. So
but now I think it's a little different.
Yeah, it's definitely a little different. But I guess we still don't know. And Stacey said that, aren't we supposed to get adjusted? Which was weird. So they all go to the joint, right?
That was so
awkward.
Weird.
It was awkward.
Like, why did they even go there?
I mean, like Stacey said, I think we're all supposed to get adjusted. And she was excited about that. And I think it was just a flex from Mia, because Mia at breakfast said that Dr. McDaddy or whatever she was calling him, maybe he'll be there.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't there.
He wanted nothing to do with this.
The guy that was there wanted nothing to do with it either.
Yeah. And not one of them got adjusted. He had another client on the table.
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
It was so awkward. It really was. So I don't know what that was that Mia had planned out there. I just think she was trying to get the name out there, doing some weird flex, dragging them all there. I don't know. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But the bus ride there, when Giselle was questioning Stacey on her, and she's like, no, we haven't had. And Giselle's like, what?
Right.
I mean, listen, it's totally legit. Anybody questioning that, I'm sorry. It's 2024.
Right.
You know,
You're grown. You're grown.
it's a little odd. It's just odd that you're talking about marrying a man that you haven't been intimate with.
Right. I mean, Giselle's going in. Like, have you felt around a little bit? Or, I mean,
She
maybe.
was so fucking funny. She's like, you need to touch the steering wheel.
Right.
You need to
You
turn
need
it
to
to the
test drive
left.
it. You're right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
test drive it.
Do you think Stacey's being honest though, or do you think it's like an Elizabeth Vargas on OC? Remember, she tried to have this storyline as well, that she and her boyfriend weren't having sex because her divorce wasn't final.
Well, you think that? I don't
I mean,
know.
it's a little odd. I wouldn't be shocked to find out that she was lying for the sake of her divorce and whatever settlement is going to come from that. Who knows? Maybe her husband's extremely wealthy and she can't let him find out that she's been intimate with this guy. But this poor guy, just like Elizabeth Vargas's boyfriend, although I think he turned out to be violent.
Crazy. Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for him. But this poor guy, TJ, like now everybody thinks he's a virgin. I mean,
I think they think more than that.
Like one.
I think they think more than that. I think that in next episode, I think they intimate that maybe he's gay. That's kind of, I don't know. I mean, did you see him on Watch What Happens Live?
I did.
And what was your first impression?
He could be a virgin. He could be gay.
Right.
All of the above.
I mean, he's a good looking man. He has a great smile,
Absolutely.
good energy.
Yep.
But I feel like, if you're good, come on, Tomek, can you just be honest with what's going on?
Yeah. Like, just give it to us straight, for crying out loud. Stop
know.
playing.
I know. And I like Stacey. I want to like her. I do. I do want to like her.
Does she look like Kenya to you from Atlanta?
Well, I think she's way prettier than Kenya.
I do think she's prettier, but I think every time she's on the screen, I'm like, my God, they could be sisters.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying.
Eyes, I don't know. She just reminds me a lot of Kenya.
Of Kenya. Yeah.
How about they get dressed up to go to lunch? They're all dressed up. They go to lunch. And then they're like, all right, let's go home and get ready to go to dinner.
That was crazy,
and
too.
They all glam and new hair and put on all new fancy clothes to go to dinner.
I know.
Why didn't you just like hit a bar in between and just wear those same outfits to dinner?
I know. I didn't get that. Listen, that's probably why we have so few notes, because like, what was even going on?
I don't know. I don't think Mia should plan any more trips.
No, I agree.
She shouldn't be in charge anymore. But I love Happy Eddie when Wendy FaceTimed Eddie.
Yes.
He looked very happy, Eddie.
He did. I like him. I really like
love
him.
Eddie. Yeah,
I do.
He's one of my favorite house husbands for sure.
So Stacey is also talking about at the dinner table. She says, there's been a lot of focus on me. Like, why don't we get to know Kiarna a little bit?
Wait, can I just say something real quick before that?
Yeah.
When Ashley was talking to Giselle outside and she played her song for her.
Yes.
Healing and Thriving.
I know.
There was a lot of auto-tune.
Yeah, that song was not, I'm actually jumping all over my notes here. I don't know why. I'm just like,
That song is not good.
No, it was not good. Healing
and Thriving.
Yeah.
I mean, I want her to heal and thrive. I don't think she should do it through music, though.
No, I don't think so either.
Find another outlet, Ashley.
Actually, now I'm looking at my notes. So before they even go to the joint, Mia was pouring vodka down everyone's throat.
Yeah.
And then Mia takes the vodka bottle and deep throats it.
She sure did.
I was like, what?
Sure did.
Like,
I mean, that hurts.
Just, I don't get her sometimes. And even when she's on the bus and they're playing the F, Marry, Kill game, and then Jacqueline says, I don't even remember who said she wants to F, but she's like, because I already F'd Mia.
Tess was in the room when we were watching that. She's like, what? I said, oh, they're best friends, but apparently best friends with benefits. Everyone wanted to kill Jacqueline, though, huh?
Well, because Jacqueline's messy.
I can't stand her.
Yeah.
I really can't stand her.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, that's a stupid game to play.
Yeah.
I don't know. These guys are just they're not really hitting it out of the park for me.
No, I agree. You know what? It's like so funny because we keep saying like we don't, we just want to see their normal lives, but that is true. Like I don't want to see them fighting. I want to see their real lives, but these women like all they're doing, they're literally all they're doing is talking behind each other's backs.
Yeah, you're right.
Like now Karen's saying that Mia had an opioid problem. I mean, which there must be some truth to it because I don't think she'd throw that out there. But like, why? Why say that?
Mia has openly said that her mother had an addiction problem.
Yeah.
So why would she say that about her mother and not,
Yeah, if she had it.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know. I don't know. And then before they even go, Jassie's talking about her man he gets honored because he's a Super Bowl champion and they all get invited to the White House. And she wants to like throw a party to celebrate that. And she's going to have all these single men there. I guess that's going to be coming up. We're hopefully going to see that if
I
that's why
hope so. I hope we see some NFL players. That'd be nice.
yeah. I mean, I guess that's why she's telling us that. But it was kind of weird that like that was just thrown out like in the middle of nowhere, right? Like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
I don't know. Maybe she wanted to make sure production started following her around.
Yeah. Like it was just that's what I'm saying. Like you pointed out, like this episode was so disjointed.
For sure.
Like
For
they
sure.
had breakfast, then they went to the joint, then they went to lunch, then they got back on the bus, they went home and changed, and they went to dinner.
Yeah.
Like
It's like there was no like what do you
right.
the whole thing at the joint was weird. That was weird.
Yeah.
Like you just went to see her business. Like she should have had something lined up for all of you to do there.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And I'm not like a planner. Like I don't, pride myself on that, but come on.
Right. And then Wendy, when she's at the dinner, I do think what she had to say was very nice, that she's never celebrated her birthday with anyone but her family because she never really thought anyone would want to celebrate her. And, that this has been one of the best, birthdays. Like she's really going to remember this. And
Yeah.
Giselle, they go around the table and they talk about like, where they are and like kind things about Wendy. Giselle said that they're in a good place now and she hopes it stays like that. Stacey said she admires Wendy. And I just like that I like when they do that. I like when
Me
they
too.
try and lift each other up and say kind things about each other instead of
Yeah.
throwing each other under the bus.
And we both know that if Robin were still there, this would not be happening with Giselle and Wendy. And, if I don't think Giselle's doing it, I don't think she's being a phony about it. I think she obviously wants to keep her job, but
Right.
she's also like, okay, like let me just embrace this. And it's good. It's good stuff seeing Wendy and Giselle together because they're both funny.
Yes.
And that whole thing when they were trying to say Eddie was a cheater, that all came from Robin and it was all deflection because Juan can't keep that shit in his pants.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I do not miss Robin one bit. I'm so happy that they let her go.
I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not really loving Jassi and Kiarna. I'm not loving them in this whole thing.
I don't think we're seeing enough of them. Listen, I thought Jassi was very honest when she started talking about her man and his kids and the timing and
Yeah, but
it's
that didn't add up. It didn't add up.
well, I think she's saying it without saying it. Like he cheated on her. So his first son, the mother was pregnant when they started dating. They started dating, and then that woman got pregnant again sometime after. So he cheated on Jassi. So I think she's saying it without saying it. But like, I think, was it Giselle who was like, he stepped out. Just say it. Just say it.
Right.
I do feel like she kind of was saying it without saying it. I mean, listen, guys cheat, and some women, stick it out and they get through it, and everything's great after that. So, God bless. We, hope that works out for you.
But then Kiarna says that she was also involved with an NFL player who got two women pregnant at the same time. And then Mia
Mia.
says, what team did they play for? Was it the Ravens? Wait, I was involved in that too. I mean, Come on, seriously.
And by the way, Mia, when was this? Because didn't you go from ink to G back to ink?
Right.
So when was this? Are you just making this shit up though?
Yeah.
I'm not loving Mia.
No, I'm not either because I feel like she over sexualizes everything.
And she's like Bryn with that, but even more,
Exactly.
like she's even more so. I mean, Bryn's not deep throating a bottle of vodka. Well,
Well,
maybe she would.
we haven't seen her do it, but that doesn't mean,
Good point. Good point.
I don't know. I want to mention this. So I was listening to Humble Brag. That's what it's called. That is Crystal Minkoff and Cynthia Bailey. That's what their podcast
That's
is
what it's
called.
called.
Humble
Humble
Brag.
brag.
Yeah. So I was listening to it today and they were recapping, they were critiquing themselves after their first episode.
Okay, is that what they're doing?
Well, that was what they did. Like they did their first episode where they kind of talked about what was going on. And then they're like, oh my gosh, we were so bad at this. They kept talking over each other, kind of like we do sometimes still. And they kept saying like all the time. And they're like, okay, we're going to stop saying that. And as they're recapping it, they keep saying it. And I was just laughing after I listened to, because it took me a couple days to finish that one. But as I'm listening to it, I was like listening to ours. And I say, way too much. I mean, way too much. So when I edited the one that's dropping tomorrow, I edited out all my extra and it sounds perfectly fine. Sounds perfectly fine.
I mean, I think we go through phases, right? We all say 100%.
Right.
A lot.
Right. So one of the things that they were talking about today is Crystal was talking about how when we saw her on Beverly Hills, she was only on for 3 seasons. She really wasn't like, she's funny. She's a funny person. And we never got to see her to be funny.
No.
And one of the things she was saying was that they were playing tennis at somebody's house. I don't remember whose house. And she kept missing the ball. And she said to one of the producers, are you like going to put like a montage of me like keeping on missing the ball? And she said, no, this is not New York. The producer said, no, this is not New York. And she said, what do you mean? She's like, New York is funny. Beverly Hills is lifestyle. So the producers do.
That's interesting.
Right. That's what I thought. So the producers do Beverly Hills. They focus on lifestyle. And then Crystal was also talking about like they never eat. Like when we say that, because the producers told them nobody wants to see you eat on camera because this is lifestyle. We want to see the food. So Crystal was saying she would order all this food and take it home and eat in the car, like all this stuff to go. And now Cynthia,
Gosh.
I know. So Cynthia, like you have to listen to it. It's really good. Cynthia was talking about, Atlanta. So Atlanta, she's like, we eat and we drink and we get drunk. And she's like, yeah, and they do eat. And she's like, yeah, because you guys have a different vibe and that's your vibe. So they are producing each city for what they want.
Interesting.
Right. So maybe the Potomac production is, I don't know, like what would you say? So if Beverly Hills is lifestyle. New York is got a little funny banter, which it does.
Yeah.
I would say Atlanta is Atlanta. We're eating, we're drinking,
Party.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
OC is messy. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I think OC, like, I don't know. I mean, Jersey's obviously family.
That's what they said. Jersey's family, Italian family. Right.
Yeah. OC, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily lifestyle because it's not Beverly Hills, right? But it's almost like wannabes.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting because I didn't know that. And remember I was telling you that when they were talking, they were saying about like, you have to listen to it. They're talking about they had different contracts, but they have different production.
Right.
And they were talking about like how the trips work and, how the dinners work and how the events work. And they're different for different franchises.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's what I said before. Like, I don't think Potomac, I don't think those girls are making, I mean, Beverly Hills is probably definitely, they're making the most.
yes. Crystal said her first season was a joke. Her first season was a joke. I think Cynthia said by like her 3rd season, she was making money.
Yeah.
But Crystal said by her 2nd season, she was better. And then she only did 3 seasons. So
why did they let her go? Do we know?
We don't know, but she does talk about it, that it happened last minute, and she's okay with it. So,
Is this the first season without her, we're going to say? Yeah, right? The one
I
that's coming up?
yeah, I think so.
She was on the last season. So who's on the upcoming season? Kyle Sutton, now Jennifer Tilly,
I think
Garcelle,
Jennifer Tilly and I think
Dorit.
Kathy Hilton are friends of. I think. I don't think they're full housewives. I know. I
I
know.
just don't want to see Kathy Hilton on my TV.
I know. I like her though. She makes me laugh.
She's so entitled and she's so far from reality. And I know Bravo has the footage of her going off and doing exactly what Rinna said she did.
Well, we know now that Beverly Hills is lifestyle, so we're not going to see that.
Never. We'll
If
never
it
see
was
it.
New Jersey, we would see it because New
Yeah.
Jersey's family
And brawls.
and fighting.
I'm just not excited about the whole Kathy Hilton of it all. I wonder how Kim Richards is doing.
I don't know,
We haven't
but
heard anything recently.
we have not. But did you see that it came out that Kyle spoke to her daughters about her sexuality and they're very supportive?
Yeah, that's good.
So that's good. That's good. And
So I
listen, this
wonder
is,
if that girl's going to be on, if her love interest will be on the show more this season.
I mean, she was on quite a bit last season,
Yeah.
but I think it's good. Listen, I actually admire Kyle for doing this in her own way at her own time, not letting production force it on her, not letting them out her or say things that she's not comfortable saying or not sure about.
Right.
Because you know what, we're humans and we are evolving, and you know it's nothing she ever thought about before until she did.
I've always thought that sexuality was fluid. I really did. I don't think I don't think you have to say, I'm straight, I'm gay. I don't think you,
I don't think I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. I don't think that you need to label
and
everything.
I think it's all about connections and who you connect with.
Right.
And unfortunately, people do fall out of love. I mean, obviously, your marriage is different now than it was when you got married. Like Eric and I will be married 23 years in 2 weeks. Our marriage is different.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still in love with my husband. I still love him, but it just evolves. Like you said, it evolves, it changes. But I still have that connection with my husband that I always had. And I
Yes,
don't
but
have that connection with anybody else. But it does happen where you kind of lose that and you might find it with somebody else. And then this is
right.
what happens.
Right. But I'm even saying, like, even us as people, even not as partners, like, we evolve and we change.
For
Like,
sure.
you're a different person than you were 23 years ago.
Absolutely.
Bill and I have been together 33 years. I mean, I'm certainly a different person. He's a different person. So,
Yeah.
either you can grow together or you can grow apart. And it's just,
Right. Right.
sometimes either or happens. It really depends on the situation, right?
And where they are in, Beverly Hills, like, Mo built that business up to,
Yes.
it's huge. It's, financially, they're in such a different place. That has to play a role. Listen, I think he's a nice guy, Mo. I don't know him personally. I'm sure his ego got very big. And I'm sure if he had a tendency to have a wandering eye anyway, I'm sure this was intensified. Women will throw themselves at married men.
100%.
Men will throw themselves at married women. Like
Right.
so maybe their marriage was what it was for as long as it was. And then, with him becoming who he became, everything just intensified.
Or it could just be that he spent so much time building the business to what it was
Yeah.
and not enough time on the relationship.
Right. Maybe she felt neglected.
Right. I mean, that's possible too.
And
She
you
was
can only
there.
throw money at the situation for long enough until it's like, all right, you know, like I really need your time. I really want your time.
Right. And, before when he was building the business and her daughters were younger, she was raising her daughters. And, now
Right.
her daughters are
Occupied.
grown. Portia's her youngest and she's in high school. And, it's just a matter of time before she's going to be there by herself. And she's like decided, this isn't how I want to live the rest of my life.
Right.
You know, I'm young enough to, and good for her.
Yeah, for sure.
Good for her. Like I applaud people that do that.
Yeah, you got to make yourself happy.
Yep. You absolutely do. You do.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if I really have anything else about Potomac.
I can't wait to hear what's going to happen with Jersey, though. When are they going to tell us? I feel like a kid
He
waiting for
said
Christmas
next
morning.
year. No, he said next year. We're not going to find out anything till 2025. Stop asking.
I know. I'm like that kid. Like, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And stop looking at all these BS stories where they keep trying to say that they've made a decision. There's no
I don't
decisions
believe.
made.
Yeah, I won't believe anything until
It's got to
Andy
come from
announces
Andy.
it.
It's
Yeah,
got to
for
come
sure.
from Andy. Until you hear it from Andy, it did not happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of Andy, did you hear that Andy and John Hill were like slamming Kelly Dodd?
No. Who's
Yes.
John Hill? Is that who he does his podcast with?
Yeah, Radio Andy. He does.
Okay.
He does
I
with
never
John Hill. Yeah.
Of course they were.
They were slamming Kelly Dodd. I saw a brief clip of Andy talking about it with John Hill on TikTok, and then I saw Kelly Dodd and Rick Leventhal like responding to it, and I'm like, whoa! Like they were just going back and forth at
Was
each
he
other.
saying anything bad enough where she can take legal action? I don't think he's that stupid, but
I don't think so. I don't think so. But you'll have to look for it and listen to it.
I will.
Listen to both sides of it because that's just why I like Kelly Dodd, to be quite honest with you.
Hell yeah. She's not gonna back down and let people talk about her like that.
Yeah. No, I like
Just like Brandy Glanville. But
Yep.
unfortunately for Brandy, she doesn't, Kelly's got some financial backing, I guess, with her husband. Poor Brandy doesn't.
Right. Exactly. It's
And Bravo created that situation for her. I don't care what anybody says. Fight me on it. Bravo created who she became. She became a character of herself.
Yes.
For the sake of Bravo. And they just kicked her to the curb.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that there may be some truth in what she said about the whole Caroline Manzo, everything that I've seen about it with this ultimate girls trip that we're never going to see. I think Caroline went too far and she woke up the next day with regret and said, I am the matriarch of this family. This can never get out.
Don't you think, though, if there wasn't anything damaging on there, they would just show
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Why wouldn't they just show it then?
Because there's something damaging on there and she's suing them.
Right. So there must be some validity to what Caroline's saying. My point is production must be negligent to some degree.
Listen, you can blame production. I mean, but I really think, listen, Brandy's going to be Brandy. I think as Vicky has said, and other people that were there have said, everything was consensual. Nothing was non-consensual.
Because Tamara said Vicky sent her a picture of Caroline trying to get Brandy off of her.
Well, that's right. That's what she said. But if that picture exists, then someone will subpoena it.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. This is going to be one of those things we'll never know.
We're never going to know.
In my opinion, it's to protect Bravo, though,
well,
nobody else.
No, it's to protect Caroline Manzo.
Why, though? Like, why are they protecting her? She's not even on the network anymore.
You know the family story. You know the family story. You know the story. You know why they're protecting her. This is Jersey.
I know, but come on.
I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm
saying. It's Hollywood. Like, come on.
You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it, but you know what I'm saying.
I know. I can't imagine that Hollywood's scared of that, but maybe.
I mean, she wrote a letter supporting her brother-in-law who assaulted her sister.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Why did Dolores write the letter, though?
Also New Jersey.
For the same reason.
The same New Jersey reason. The same reason.
All that, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm not going to say it.
I know. No. We're not saying anything. This is all alleged.
I mean, we alleged a whole bunch of nothing because we really didn't say anything.
No, we said nothing.
And we're not going to say anything.
Ever.
We don't want to swim with the fishes.
We'll keep it locked up, people.
That's right. That's right. The other thing I wanted to bring up was New York is airing tonight. We haven't watched it yet, but last week they left us with a cliffhanger that somebody was expecting, and then it came out today in People magazine that Aaron Leachy is expecting. And initially we all thought that that's what this, that's what it was going to be revealed tonight. But it's funny. I initially thought that, and then I started doing the math. I was like, that can't possibly be. They filmed this a year ago, and she would have had that child already. And then it came out that on her Instagram that is not who the story is about tonight.
Yeah, so we'll find out.
So we'll find out. She also said that it was just a coincidence that the timing was because she wanted to wait until after the election to make the announcement. And I don't know why, but that's what she said.
I was going to say, is there a reason?
I don't know why. I have no idea. Her father did know. So her father knew that she was expecting. Obviously she's known for a while. You could tell by, how she's showing. Yeah. And her father did know, and she was waiting until after the election. And that's why the timing happens to be coinciding with what's airing this evening.
I do believe it was also Bravo telling her not to announce it until this week because that episode was airing. I think she's full of shit, and the election had nothing to do with it. Why would the election matter? You announcing you're having a baby? You're not a politician.
I don't know.
You're a fucking housewife.
I thought that was odd, but you know what? This election has affected people in different ways, right? So
then let's just keep it at that.
Yes. So I don't discount anything at this point because things that I would have never...
I see what you're saying.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Got it. She really could have based this decision on the election.
Right. Because, yeah.
No,
yeah, yeah. So, we'll wait and see what happens. But listen, we'll be here to talk about it either way.
Hell yeah, we will. Hell yeah, we will. I can't wait until tonight to find out. I really can't wait until OC tomorrow night, the next reunion. Wait, is that tomorrow night or Thursday night? No, tomorrow night is Salt Lake.
Tomorrow night's Salt Lake. Thursday's OC.
I'm not loving Potomac or Salt Lake right now. New York's kind of keeping me going, but I'm very excited about the OC reunion.
Yes, I am too. And I'm not excited to see Alexis, so hopefully she's not on yet. I don't want to see her. I mean, I know she's going to be on at some point, but
I think she'll be on in the second episode. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll save it for the third. Yeah. I don't think she's going to be on there long, and then I think they kick her off and finish it up.
Good. I would like that.
Me too.
Okay.
All right.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, check out our social media. We are doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway. We have a custom-made embroidered tote that says "We Wine Whenever." And all you have to do is follow us, share our post, tell your friends, and you'll be entered into a drawing.
Yep. It's a nice beach bag. It's a really nice bag to use for whatever, but it's perfect for the beach.
It's also perfect for shopping. In New Jersey, you can't get plastic bags. So
that's true.
If you're doing a little shopping, it's a great shopping bag too.
Yeah, it is. It's a good versatile bag. And it's big.
Yeah.
Decent size.
Okay.
All right. Bye.